welcome back to my channel, Sitting Beautiful in Wheels with me, KJ. As you can see, today we're having a mukbang. So in today's episode, we have a special guest here, my camera lady, my sister, and my other sister, of course. And yeah, so I'm gonna introduce you to my camera lady and my sister, Wally Johnson.
Hi.
Hey! Hey! So, welcome to Sitting Beautiful in Wales.
Thank you.
Are you ready for this?
Yes, I am. I'm ready to eat. I'm hungry.
So, today, like I said before, we're gonna be doing a mukbang. We have here a bunch of pies. So, as you can see, so my sister is gonna be asking me some questions, and we're just gonna run on with that. So if you want to know about all of these stuff, keep watching. So Wally, here we go.
So I'm sure the people want to know, why did you begin this YouTube channel in the first place?
Well, I started this YouTube channel because, I've seen a lot of people who are disabled on social media, and I felt like this was my time for me to put out myself. Because I've been hiding myself for so long. This is a time for me to like let the world know who KJ is, and just put myself out there. And if I can inspire somebody else, it is what it is.
Yeah, speaking of inspiration, you told me a while ago how you had young adults, young teenagers hitting you up on Instagram telling you how they look up to you, they were inspired by you. How did that make you feel?
Oh, I felt good. I mean, for someone to just write Instagram me or DM me and just tell me that I inspired them, I was like, whoa. It feels amazing. I love it.
Do you feel like your YouTube channel can reach more people instead of just people with disabilities?
I'm totally hoping so. Well, if it can reach one person, I'm totally fine with it. But if it hit big, I'm over the mountain, like over the cloud excited.
Okay, so tell me about the name, Sitting Beautiful in Wheels. Because I can see that you like fashion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where did this name come from?
Well, there's a lot of sitting pretty, sitting beautiful, sitting beauties, sitting cuties out there. So I feel like I'm a woman, and I shouldn't be called sitting pretty. I shouldn't be called sitting cutie. I should be called beautiful. So I never see anybody have the name beautiful. So I'm like, sitting beautiful in Wales. Yeah. So I just took that.
Okay.
Have you ever gotten a supporter in
Wait.
your DMs?
What do you mean?
Did a supporter ever contact you through DMs asking you for a shout out or just telling you about their day and stuff?
Not really. I never get no supporters, but I get people like asking me to want to interview me and stuff like that, and which is actually cool. But yeah, not a supporter yet. I'm hoping so.
So about the interviews, why don't you take them?
Well, there's some good interviews and there's some bad interviews. So I kind of like feel like those that hitting me up, they're not actually the good ones. So I'm waiting for the good ones to come for me to be like, okay, I'll take it.
Why don't you think they're good?
I don't know. I just feel like it's not legit. If that's the word I can use.
So I know you be doing a lot of videos that we be seeing on YouTube where it's like makeup tutorials or a vlog or follow me during my day. So where do you see your channel a few years from now?
I see my channel hitting it big. I'm talking with confidence right now. I see it hitting big, and I'm going for it.
I mean, your channel is all about confidence, so
Yeah.
it's a big thing.
Okay. So one more question about your channel before we move on to better things.
Mhm.
Who do you hope to inspire or to reach out to with your videos?
I'm hoping to reach out to people who are who are disabled. That's my game. I want people to be inspired by me.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, I wasn't born disabled, as you all know. I wasn't born disabled. It just one evening I got sick, and then next thing you know, I'm in the wheelchair. So I feel like if I could tell my story out there to somebody who's going through the same thing and feel like they don't feel comfortable to come out and show themselves, I feel like if I can inspire them that, hey, it's okay. You can still be sitting in a wheelchair, you can still be disabled, and still look beautiful. That's what I'm going for.
Okay, so tell the people a little bit more about you. Like,
what's your story?
Mm-hmm. What's your background?
Well, my story is, well, I was born in Liberia, like I always say, West Africa, and I was doing fine. At the age of 2, I just got really sick, and my parents didn't know what was going on with me. They was like wondering like what is happening to her. They took me to every doctor you can think of, asking what's going on with her. To the point that when a white person came from the United States and saw me and diagnosed me with post-polio, it was shocking to them because they had no idea what it was, how to handle a child with a disability. So it was kind of hard for them. And I can totally understand that.
So what were your challenges? Because I know the foundation of your channel is to showcase how people can overcome certain obstacles. So what was the challenges that you had to face growing up as a child with a disability in the United States?
It was hard because my parents had this thinking that we're not gonna put her in a school that have people with disabilities. We're not gonna put her in a community, in a place where she's gonna grow up with the mindset that she's different from other kids. So they always put me in a school where I was mostly like the only one with disability and everybody else is able-bodied. So it was hard for me. I was being bullied. I would come home crying every time, and my parent would be like, you gotta continue to go with like we're not taking you out. So when I grew older and I started going to college and seeing people who are like me being around, it just made me feel like, at first I was like, I don't want a friend who's disabled. I had this mindset that I would look weird having a friend as a disabled person. Until one day, this professor that I have, he gave our assignment and he was like, he asked a question about what kind of people you want to work with. And I chose able-bodied people. And then he's like, I need to talk to you after class. So after class, he called me in his office and he was like, don't you feel like it's okay for you to work with people who are like you instead of people who are not like you? Because if you work with people who are like you, you're more likely to understand what you're most be likely to understand what they're going through than talking to a person who's able-bodied. And that really clicked a light in my head, like, he's absolutely right. Mm-hmm. And that's why I have this mentality that, I'm not like an able-bodied person. I'm different. I have to accept it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So would you say that accepting that you have a disability and that you're not different compared to others, would you say that that's a positive or a negative?
That's a positive thing.
Can you explain?
Honestly, I feel good now accepting myself than I was when I was growing up. Because I would cry when somebody say, if somebody called me disabled or a person, what's the word? Oh, if somebody called me handicapped, oh my God. I would cry. I would feel horrible. But if somebody said to me now, I'd be like, hey, I'm late. That's what it is.
Okay.
So what would you like to be called?
What do you mean?
Like, to not come across as disrespectful.
Yeah, what are some names to call disabled people
Yes.
that wouldn't, offend them?
Speaking for,
In your opinion. Yes.
speaking for myself, now you can call me a person with a disability. I'll be totally fine with that. But don't call me the C word or the H word. Now we have a problem.
What's the C word?
What's the C word
I'm
or the H
confused.
word?
The H word is handicap.
Okay,
The C word is crippled. I get really, really, really offended with that word.
Okay. So, moving on to your fashion statement
Mm-hmm.
and your clothes. When did this all begin?
Well, like I said in my previous video, growing up, I always used to hide myself.
That'll be linked in the description down below.
Yep. I always used to hide myself. I always felt like I wasn't good. I wasn't good looking enough to show my body. Or my body wasn't good looking enough. So I used to wear baggy clothes. I used to cover up all of these. Until I'm grown up now, I'm seeing people who are like me. I'm seeing people who are dressing more sexier and everything like that. And I'm like, what was I hiding? Nobody cares. Nobody actually cares what you wear or what you don't wear or how your body looks. If they're gonna talk eventually. So the fact that you wear what you wear and get out and people see it and be like, whoa, she looks beautiful or stuff like that. That's all that matters.
I agree. Even for able-bodied people, it's the same thing. People always have the tendency to judge you based on how you look, what you wear.
Mm-hmm.
So you just gotta do your own thing.
It's all about how the confidence that you have within
Exactly.
yourself.
And I always say that too. You can't just go outside with some sexy clothes, wearing a crop top and some jeans with some cute black boots. I don't know if that's the style for you, but for me, yeah, with some cute black boots, and then you shy. Because then it's like, what's the point of wearing such a bold statement if you're going to be shy in it? For all that, go outside in some sweats and a baggy sweater.
Exactly. Hide yourself. And that's why I
There's
learned that.
nothing wrong wearing sweats and a baggy shirt.
Of
As
course
long as
not.
they have confidence.
Of course
Like you
not.
said.
Of course not. You need to have confidence in everything that you do. That's the point that I was making. If you just go out and you shy, or you go out and you want to wear something sexy, be confident in what you're wearing.
True.
And in order to do anything, you have to remember to love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So always make sure because everyone has flaws, yes, but you don't need to necessarily point them out to yourself. Just love who you are for who you are.
Period.
True.
That's my lesson 101.
Yeah, so there's some time when I actually go out and I see people and be like, and it's they compliment me for looking beautiful and all of that, but they'll be very specific. They'll be like, oh, you have a beautiful face. I don't know if they're trying to like,
To be passive aggressive.
yeah,
Mhm.
or to like hurt my feelings.
Mhm.
But sometimes I just like, okay, thank you, I guess, and just keep moving. But yeah, that's just how the world is today.
Yeah. So that's why I tell people, mind your business.
Exactly.
Like, you see me sitting here looking pretty. Sometimes you don't have to come up to me and say I look pretty if you're gonna be rude about it. You can keep that.
So that's our discussion for today. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of what we just did, comment down below, like this video, share it, and don't forget to follow her, Wally. What's your name?
Warley_XO on Instagram.
And do you have a Facebook, Twitter,
My Twitter account is iWarleyLove. That's IWARLEYLOVE on Twitter. Instagram, WARLEY_XO.
And my other guest behind the camera, she's kind of busy right now because this food was delicious.
Period.
Really. So, comment, like this video, share it, and I'll see you on the next episode of Sitting Beautiful in Wheels.